Hi, I'm Reggie Cathy, and welcome to Square One Square, the game show where you separate mathematical fact from fiction. And now let's meet our host, a man who will look you square in the eye, Mr. Square himself, Larry Cedar.
Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Square One Squares. Today we're going to ask you whether you can determine the difference between mathematical truth and mathematical fiction. But before we get started, I would like you to meet my assistant for today, the wonderful Cynthia Darlow. Hi.
Larry.
And our players today from Square One TV, who will be answering the questions either truthfully or with little fibs, Louisa Lashin and Arthur Howard.
We're not so little.
Well, yeah, good to have you here. All right, let's go over and meet our contestants. Representing red today is Valerie. How you doing, Valerie?
Good.
I understand you like to talk on the phone a lot to your friends, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like fun. And this is representing blue, Herbie. How are you today?
Fine, how are
And
you?
I'm fine. And you once described yourself as a couch potato, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Does that hurt? No, I'm kidding. God, sounds like fun. All right, let's get on with the rules of the game. Here's how we play. The object is to get 3 squares in a row, either vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. To get things started, we're going to give away the middle square. We're going to call that a wild square. It can be used by either blue or red at any time during the game. Here's how we play. I'll ask you to pick a square. I will then ask our players a mathematical question. One of them will answer with the truth. However, one of them will answer with a fib. Now, it's up to you to determine which of them is telling the truth. If you are correct in your choice, your color gets the square. But if you're wrong, your opponent's color will get the square. So watch out for that. Now, before we started, you flipped a coin. One of you won. Who's going to start?
Me.
Herbie. All right, let's get right on here and pick a square.
You.
You, top right square. Here is the first question. It's a video question, so watch your monitors. I have a bit of a problem here, players. I have to go to the dentist in 60 days. It's terrible. Now, today is Monday, as you can see there on the calendar. Now, I've got to be at the dentist in 60 days. What day of the week will that be? Today's Monday. What day of the week will it be 60 days from now? Arthur.
60 days is exactly 2 months, so it will be a Monday again.
All right, and Louisa, your answer.
Herbie, Arthur's fibbing. Every 7th day is a Monday. 60 days from Monday is a Friday.
Okay. Herbie, there you have your answers. For the square, who's telling the truth?
Louisa?
Louisa's your choice. Will the truth teller please stand up?
Yes!
Yes, absolutely
All
right.
Good
Who
work.
gets the square? Great going, Herbie. Louisa, how'd you come up with that answer?
Okay. Well, there are 7 days in a week. So every 7th day, 14th day, and so on will be a Monday. Then I count ahead 4 days to the 60th day. So we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The 60th day is a Friday.
There you have it. That would be very difficult to do without a calendar in front of you. Herbie, you did a great job there. Way to go. All right, let's move on. Valerie, pick a square.
The 1.
The 1, the bottom left square, which will block Herbie from winning if you win. So let's get this question going here. Now, here it is. It's an eye twister, all right? You got to pay real close attention. Cynthia is holding 2 boxes. Now, if you were to glue these 2 boxes together so that the 2 pink triangles were exactly aligned on top of each other, what would the resulting boxes look like? A, which you see Louisa holding there, or B, which you see Arthur holding there. So we're going to put the boxes together so that the 2 pink triangles are exactly aligned on top of each other. What will the result look like? Arthur.
The answer is B. For the triangles to match, you have to turn one box upside down and around.
All right, Louisa, your answer.
I think the answer is A. The 2 triangles are in the same position on each box, so you just line them up like this.
Okay, there you have your answers, Valerie. Take a look at it there. Which of them is telling the truth?
Arthur.
All right, you say it's Arthur. Will the truth teller remain standing? Oh, you're right. It is. It's Arthur. There you go. Good move there. You blocked the win. Arthur, that's very difficult to figure out. How did you do that?
Okay. Well, if you hold the boxes like this so that the triangles match up like this and form a symmetrical shape, like they mirror each other, then you can fold the two boxes over and the triangles will be exactly on top of each other, and there you have figure B, right? But if you try to hold the boxes as in figure A, like this, the triangles are never going to line up, or they're never going to match up exactly. Okay?
Good going. Way to go. That's very, very difficult to visualize, and you did a super job. All right, moving on here. Herbie, pick a square.
E.
E, which is the middle right square. Now, this is a little story which you've got to try to picture along with me. A friend of mine, Susie, worked the entire winter for Joel the mathematician. Now, when she was finished, she said to Joel, it's time to pay me. Joel made her this offer. He said, I will pay you, excuse me, with either your height in stacked nickels or your height in quarters stood on top of each other edge to edge. Now, if you were Susie, which would make you more money? Your height in stacked nickels or your height in quarters placed edge to edge? And we'll go to Louisa for her answer first.
Okay, well, if I were Susie, I would go for the quarters. Now, a quarter is worth 5 times as much as a nickel. So Susie's height in quarters side by side is worth more than her height in nickels.
Okay. Arthur, your answer.
Susie can make more money stacking nickels than she can by placing quarters edge to edge. There are many more nickels than quarters this way.
Okay, you've seen the nickels and the quarters. You've heard the answers. Herbie, for the square, who is telling the truth?
Arthur?
Truth teller, please stand. Oh, right. Very good. You two are doing so well. This is great. All right, blue gets the square. Arthur, how'd you come up with that answer?
Okay, sure. Here's 1 quarter, and here's nickels, and they equal about, there's 12 nickels that are equal to about the width of 1 quarter. 12 nickels equals 60 cents. That's more than twice 1 quarter, right?
Yeah.
So Susie should tell her professor that she wants her height in a stack of nickels.
Great. Very good. And if she does so, Susie will make a lot more money. All right, let's move on here. Now it's Valerie's turn. Pick a square. Oh, I'm sorry. Such a good, close game, but we're out of time. The way we determine a winner is see who has more squares at this point. At this point, there's 2 blue to 1 red. That means, Herbie, you won the game. Way to go. Congratulations. Valerie, for playing so well, you get a runner-up prize of a Square One TV sweatshirt. And Herbie, once again, congratulations. Excellent playing on both your parts. For winning, you get a Square One TV sweater. And there it is. Once again, thank you very much. Thanks for coming down here. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Arthur and Louisa. Thank you, Reggie. And we'll see you next time on Square One Squares. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Here comes Dirk Niblick of the Man Brigade. He'll look you right in the eye. He's always pleasant,
never dismayed. He's seldom flustered, rarely afraid.
I'll show you numbers that should be displayed. He's a hero at one time. Here's Dirk.
As today's very believable episode begins, Lieutenant Dirk Niblick was doing his math aerobics.
1 times 8 is 8, 2 times 8 is 16, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 8 is 32, 5 times 8 is 40, 6 times 8 is hard. Let's see, is 5 8s, let's see, if 5 8s are 40, 1 more 8 would be right. 6 times 8 is 48, and...
Just as Dirk was starting to run out of breath, he received a call on the math phone.
Math Brigade, Lieutenant Dirk Niblick breathlessly speaking.
It could be another math venture that would send Lieutenant Dirk Niblick anywhere in the world to solve a problem using mathematics.
Oh, yes, Mother. No, not yet, but I will, and thanks for reminding me. Good old Mom, just calling to remind me to put my socks on. Mothers are good, and I think a day should be set aside each year to honor them.
All all right, so it wasn't another math venture. But in another part of town, bad news had come to Sam Wanna-Make-A-Bet, local merchant.
Sorry, Mrs. Biddle, the store is closed.
Closed? But I need cat food.
Why don't you learn to eat something else, Mrs. Biddle?
It's for my cat, you silly merchant.
I'm going out of business, Mrs. Biddle. My new accounting firm, Read 'em and Weep, showed me I was losing a fortune. Sorry.
Oh, no. Trusted old Sam Wanna-Make-A-Bet has fallen on hard times. And he wasn't the only one. All over town, small businesses were closing down.
My clothes are still wet. What's the meaning of this, Dwayne?
Sorry, Mrs. Primus, but my accountant showed me that I'm losing money. I have to close the store.
Yep, that's right, Mr. Pulitzer. I'm losing money. I'll have to close up shop.
But what will I do without my morning newspaper?
Well, as I see it, sir, you have two choices. Publish your own or wrap the garbage in something else.
I'm finished.
My savings are wiped out.
This is terrible.
What a black day in the annals of business.
I'd jump off something high if I could afford to climb up on it.
I'd like to order a large pizza with sausage and syrup to go. Closed? How can you be closed? It's the shank of the day.
But as Dirk tried other fast food establishments, he found them all closed. Being a resourceful fellow, Dirk decided to investigate.
I can't believe Sawdust Burgers is closing down.
Sorry, Lieutenant Niblick, but my new accountant showed me that I'm losing money.
But you're always packed with people stuffing their punums with Sawdust Burgers.
Look at my books. This shows the business I did yesterday. See, yesterday alone, I lost $73,500. That's more than I have on me. Day before, it was even worse.
Well, that's awful. What will you do now?
I guess I'll have to go back to my old job.
What did you used to do?
I was a jockey.
You seem rather large for a jockey.
Yes, I was always somewhat controversial.
And as Dirk checked throughout his little hometown of Birra Ralston on the Rilleraw, he found the same story over and over.
So you see, Lieutenant Niblick, yesterday I lost $395,000 when I sold one car. Boy, it's a good thing I didn't sell any more, or I'd have to dip into my savings.
And you say you have a new accounting firm?
Yes, Read 'em and Weep.
I've only got a pair of jacks.
No, Read 'em and Weep is my accountant.
Perhaps I'd better pay a call on Read 'em and Weep.
And no sooner had he said it than he had done it.
Yes, it is unusual that an entire town would be going bankrupt, but figures don't lie.
What are you doing?
Here are the figures for the Sawdust Burger store, for example. 1,500 burgers at a cost of 50 cents. 1,500 times 50, 75,000. That's $75,000. 1,500 burgers sold at $1. That's $1,500. We subtract 1,500 from 75,000 and get a loss of $73,500.
You certainly do.
But you'll be happy to know, Lieutenant Niblick,
I do know, Lieutenant Niblick.
that my company, Read 'em and Weep, is willing to buy up all these stores.
You're buying the stores?
That's right.
At a fair price?
Of course not.
Read 'em and Weep, I think you are cheating these people, and I, for one, resent it.
My dear Lieutenant Niblick, remember, as I said before, figures don't lie.
But lawyers do figure.
Well, math fans, what about those developments? Read 'em and Weep is going to buy up the town for a song if Dirk doesn't stop him. Take a look at Dirk's problem and see if you can help him figure it out. If you can, you will win absolutely nothing, but you will feel better about yourselves.
Oops is brought to you by Erasers. Don't make a mistake without one. On October 31st, 1936, Nor Edal was working for the Little Engineering That Could company when the following mistake occurred. Because of that one tiny mistake, just look at what happened.
Oops. I think I see the error of my ways.
Let's look at that again.
Maybe if I had done it right at the outset, this untimely event might never have occurred.
Oops has been brought to you by erasers. Don't make a mistake without one.
When we last left our mathematically inclined hero, Dirk Niblick was trying to puzzle over a problem. He decided to revisit the used car salesman, Madman Mandel.
Well, that's nice of you to try to help me, Lieutenant Niblick, but I gotta get out of business. I don't want to lose any more money.
Well, that's just it, Madman. You're not losing money.
Oh, for joy, for joy. My wife would be so happy to hear that, if I had a wife.
You said you sold one car for $5,000.
Yes, your mileage may vary.
So you took in $5,000.
That's right, and a happier used car salesman you'd never see. But then Read 'em and Weep showed me how much money I had spent. 80 times 5,000, 400,000. $400,000.
Yes, 80 times 5,000 is 400,000. But in this case, the 80 represented 80%. It should be written like this.
Uh-huh. You put a little dot there. Big deal. One little dot isn't going to change anything, is it?
It's a decimal point, and you bet your axle it will. Look, you spent $4,000, not 400,000. You made money, Madman.
I did? Sure I did. I spent $4,000, but I took in $5,000. So I made
$1,000.
I'm so happy I could dance.
Well, go ahead. Gosh almighty, don't hold back your flood of happiness.
May I lead?
So you see what happened, Mr. Sawdust? Your accountants didn't use a decimal point. You spent $750, not $75,000.
That means I made money. $750. I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. And my horse will be very happy.
And as for you, Read 'em and Weep, you're going to jail for defrauding all these downright upstanding business persons.
Aluminum foiled again.
What all you people should learn is always estimate how much money you think you are making and how much money you think you are spending. Then you'll know about what to expect. And watch where you put that decimal point. It may be little, but it makes a big difference.
Yay, Dirk! What a guy! Yay, Dirk! Here's mud in your eye! Yay, Dirk! Go swallow fly!
It's a nice feeling when I can solve a problem using mathematics. It makes a fellow feel... Oh, excuse me. Hello, Dirk Niblick of the Math Brigade. Oh, hello, Mother. What? Of course I put them on. Oh, first the socks, and then the shoes. I'll get it right next time, Mommy dearest.
And so, once again, using his deductive powers and a little common sense, Dirk Niblick has made this place a nicer one in which to grow rutabagas. Hats off to you, Lieutenant.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Tuesday, 9:43 a.m., and the traffic on the Santa Ana freeway was so heavy people in Orange County couldn't get their cars out of their garages. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. The boss is Thad Green. Head of our computer division is Debbie Williams. My partner is George Frankley. His dance instructor from an earlier episode still has sore feet. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. An incredible number of automobiles were being stolen in Los Angeles, and we couldn't find them. We decided to look at a couple of scenes from yesterday's program to establish what we knew for sure.
Last year, about 56,000 cars were stolen in our area.
Wow.
If we divide that figure by 12, we get a monthly average.
About 4,700 each month, on average. In the midst of our investigation, we were temporarily sidetracked by a young girl who thought her mother's car had been towed away by an LAPD wrecker. We found that not to be the case.
My mother is going to be mad, and I don't blame her. This is the first time I get to drive alone, and this has to happen.
Debbie came up with some more interesting facts.
Here's something else, Mathnetters. Usually LAPD recovers about 8 out of 10. 80% of the automobiles which were stolen.
That's pretty good.
But in the past 2 months, our recovery rate has dropped to about 3 out of 10. 30%.
That's interesting. But
what?
Well, what does it mean?
It means that almost 20,000 cars have disappeared from the streets of Los Angeles in the past 2 months.
right off the face of the earth.
I was just learning a dance step, Kate. I don't think I'm ever going to get it.
Yes, you will. Monday. Yes, Steve. Oh? Please send her in. Lisa is here, George.
The young lady with missing car?
Hello, Miss Monday, Mr. Franklin. Sorry to bother you, but I had a thought.
It's no bother, Lisa. What is it?
I was thinking, yesterday when my mom's car was stolen, it was awfully sunny and bright.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the record pulling my mom's car wasn't 317.
We know it wasn't 317, Lisa. LAPD doesn't have one by that number.
Right. Maybe it was 817. Maybe I only saw half the 8 because of glare or something, and it just looked like a 3.
I guess that's possible.
I'll check. Hi, Phil, it's Kate. Sorry to bother you again, but do you guys have a record with the number 817? Sure. Uh-huh. You do. Could you tell me what area it was working yesterday? Was it anywhere near?
Wilshire in Vermont.
Wilshire in Vermont? Oh, you sure? Thanks again, Phil.
Was it?
No.
Number 817 has been in the shop for repairs for the past 3 days. Sorry, Lisa.
It was a good thought, Lisa. You keep thinking about the problem.
Yes, sir.
And we will, too.
Kate, if people in L.A. are losing their cars at the rate of about 10,000 a month,
Mm-hmm.
they must be replacing them. I mean, nobody in L.A. walks.
What do you mean?
I mean, car sales would figure to be up.
You're right, George. New and used car sales. Maybe these cars are being sold to used car dealers. We should ask an expert.
And who is the biggest used car dealer in the whole great big world?
According to his television commercials, it's...
Art Fraud. Art Fraud Motors.
Everything okay in here?
Sure, Deb. What do you got?
I don't know, but I was just looking over some more facts.
Uh-huh.
Look at this chart. Most of the cars, about 80% that were stolen in the past 2 months, were models built before 1975 or after 1984. Think that means anything?
I don't know. Let's ask a man who sells them.
That's right, folks. You heard Art Fraud more correctly than ever. Only 29 cents down for any of these beauties. That's right. 29 cents down and 29 cents a month for 29 months. Now, tell me, can you beat that? Of course, there is a substantial penalty for those of you who don't pay the $15,000 final balloon payment at the end of the 29th month. But hey, folks, there's no way you can go wrong with a fraud. Just check out these tires. One for every wheel.
I forgot he did his TV commercials live.
Plus, a round steering wheel to help the car go wherever you want it to. And this 1966 beauty comes equipped with a 1966 mirror, 1966 radio, and a lot of other 1966 extras. You buy this car and you'll say, no fooling, it's a dandy. All right, let's get back to Used Car Theater and our wonderful film, Don't Touch That, My Nose is on Fire.
Mr. Fraud.
No, I'm still on camera.
Sorry, thought that...
Leo, we off yet? We off?
All clear.
lucky you're my wife's cousin. Hi, friends. Art Fraud Motors.
Mr. Fraud, I'm Kate Monday. This is my partner, George.
Frankly, Mathnet.
Nice to know you. You two interested in buying a used car?
We're interested in 20,000 cars, Mr. Fraud.
Call me Art. It's much better for business. 20,000 cars, huh? Of course. Any particular color?
We're investigating car thefts, Mr. Fraud.
Oh, I know all about them.
You do?
What I mean is a lot of people have been coming in here and buying used cars because theirs have been stolen. It's been a madhouse, I'm telling you.
I'll bet it has.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, business has been fantastic. It's just that, well, a couple more months I'll be out of cars.
Don't you have to buy an awful lot of cars to fill that need?
We buy good cars when they're offered, but so far that hasn't increased.
Not at all?
Nope. That supply has been the same for weeks. The only thing that's changed is the demand.
So as far as you know, the cars that have been stolen off the streets aren't showing up in used car lots?
Not at all. I've been talking to a lot of other used car dealers, and they're in the same predicament. More buyers than sellers, more demand than supply.
Any idea where these stolen cars might be going, Art?
Not really. The shops are out of business, so that's out. I guess they might be being shipped out of the country to points south and sold down there, but I don't know anything about it.
We can check that. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Art.
Anytime, okay.
Oh, one thing. Any idea what cars built before 1975 and after 1984 might have in common?
75 and 84. Well, let me see. Not much. Prices change, styles change. Before 75, the cars were heavier. As a matter of fact, after 84, they got heavier again. Hey! What? Oh, excuse me. I'm on TV again. I love showbiz. Sure, I'm on my key light, Leo. Huh? Get the camera up. Come on. Get out.
11 out of 12. 11 out of 12.
Hi, folks. Art Fraud once again. When used car prices have you awed, that's the time to call Art Fraud.
11 out of 12. 11 out of 12. Come in.
You gotta give Art credit.
And Art will give anybody credit. Monday.
Mathnet, 3 more complaints about LAPD towaway.
What are the complaints?
Nobody can find the cars.